Welcome back to Indiana Diecast Racing and Rollin for the Dogs. We are continuing the action here with 4 semi-final groups. We've got the JDM American Muscle Supercar group and the Recycle group. I think I got that right. I guess we'll find out here in a second. Anyway, 16 cars and 11 of them are Arlo. Yep, sure enough, here is the JSA group, the first of 2 semifinal groups. I don't know what happened there. Mateo from Arlo Racing in a 96-gram Dodge Viper. Kay from Arlo Racing in a 90-gram T-Bird Stalker. Dusty Miles from Milestone Diecast Racing in a 99-gram Karma GS6. That is the heaviest car racing today. And Lucas from Arlo Racing in a 96-gram Corvette. So this is very much 3-on-1. And Mateo Huxhalari will lead us out of the gate on the first lap. But Dusty Miles is right on his tail. Okay, challenging for second. But Dusty is able to hold her off. They're into the Savage Square. Mateo's going to run away with lap 1. Dusty Miles will finish second. And we've got a double DNF to open. Oh, no. We've got a double DNF, triple DNF if you include my tongue, to open the competition today. So, yep, looks like Kay rolled her T-Bird, and Lucas, just kind of the unfortunate victim running behind her, almost gets around on the final straight there, but it didn't happen. So after 1, Mateo leads Dusty Miles in second. I gotta believe a lot of people are rooting for Dusty today, just hoping that this doesn't wind up being an all Arlo penultimate finale. And Dusty Miles slots into first just ahead of Mateo. Mateo's challenging, but it's not going to happen. Dusty wins lap 2. Mateo finishes second just ahead of Lucas. So after 2, Mateo and Dusty are tied at 7. Here we go on lap 3 with Lucas on the pole. Kay in the pineapple machine is giving him a push. Here comes Dusty, and Lucas holding on to the lead for now. Oh, and Dusty falls all the way back to third. Kay with a good move there coming out of Echo Base. And Lucas takes lap 3 in a bang-bang photo finish. Mateo surprisingly in 4th on that lap. And after 3, Dusty Miles takes a 1-point lead over Mateo. And Kay will lead us here on the 4th lap, followed by Mateo, Lucas, and Dusty on the other lane. Dusty way in the back. That's not a good sign for the points leader. Kay leads lap 4. Mateo almost gets around her. Kay will take lap 4. Mateo's second. Lucas is third. And Dusty Miles, with that 1 point on the last lap, is able to hold on and take second in the group. So he and Mateo will move on. So we move on to the second group of the day with Peterson from Arlo Racing in an 82-gram Acura NSX. Tim Terwilliger from Arlo Racing in a 90-gram T-Bird Stalker. Sarah Moy, also from Arlo Racing in a 94-gram Acura NSX. And End Count from Chase Family Racing in a 74-gram Corvette Stingray. So another 3-on-1 scenario, this time against Chase Family. And starting us off, Peterson leads, but here comes Tim. Tim makes the pass in turn 2. He is very fast on this opening lap, and he's pulling away. Oh, he slides a little bit, but Tim will hold on for the win. Peterson is second. Sarah Moy is third, and End Count is on his roof in Echo Base. Not a good start for that Stingray. Tim with an outstanding start here on the day, driving from third to first in turn 2. So after 1, Tim and all of Arlo Racing on top over Chase Family Racing. They rotate around. That'll put Sarah Moy on the pole for lap 2. I hope I'm not getting sick, but man, it sure feels like getting a little phlegmy. Peterson with a great turn 2 pass takes the lead away from Sarah Moy. Those 2 Acura NSXs looking good. Peterson takes lap 2. And I think Tim finished 4th. Quite the turn of events after taking the first lap in such a commanding way. So after 2, Peterson now leads. He has a 2-point lead over Tim and Sarah. And Encount, leading from the pole here on lap 3, is going to have to win this lap if he has any chance at all at making the finals. So far he's looking good. Sarah fights her way in front of Tim. Oh, and it's still a close battle. Sarah gets on the inside in the second to last turn and steals the lap victory away from Encount. That may have been one of the best passes we've seen in months. Well done to Sarah Moy and that Acura. Oh, and Peterson gets up on the wall but still manages to finish. So Sarah Moy moves into the lead going into the last lap, 1 point over Peterson. And Tim will have the pole here on lap 4 with Peterson right behind him. Sarah Moy way in the back. Encount's going to have to do something because third is not going to do it, and he's on his roof again in Echo Base. It's all over for Chase Family Racing. Tim is going to take lap 4. Peterson is second. Sarah Moy is third. And not a great way to exit the tournament. Though it was a little exciting. I think he just kind of rode the wall and then flipped himself. And we've got a 3-way tie for the win, but only 2 drivers can move on. So you know what we're doing? We're doing a 3-lap runoff. So points have been reset for these 3 drivers. They'll rotate around 3 positions, and drivers with the top 2 drivers with the most points will advance. And right now, Tim looking good out front. When that T-Bird gets out front, it just flies. And he takes the opening lap of the 3. Peterson, most in danger of being eliminated so far. They rotate around, and that'll put Sarah on the pole with the other Acura of Peterson just behind her. But here comes Tim, and they're neck and neck. So far, Sarah's holding, and she maintains the lead just barely. And she's going to take lap 2. Tim is second. Peterson does a spinny spin to finish the lap, but that doesn't get him any more points, unfortunately. So Tim and Sarah tied with 5. They are a full 3 points ahead of Peterson, who is now facing tournament elimination. He's obviously got to win this lap, but the other drivers simply just have to reach the finish, and they will advance to the finals. Uh-oh, Peterson locks up a wheel or something and loses speed, but he maintains the lead. He will win the final lap, but it will not be enough as Tim Terwilliger and Sarah Moy win the runoff, and they will move on to the finals. So now we switch things up. We'll go to the first of 2 recycle groups, and starting us out, it's Soundwave from Arlo Racing in a 90-gram baseline. Matteo Hoxolari again in his other remaining entry in a 92-gram small block. Harbortown Dairy in a 98-gram Nerf car. And Franks and Beans from Ferro Mods in a 75-gram Jaguar XJ220. Here we go again with another 3-on-1. Soundwave starting on the pole. The 3 cars that Frank is up against. Oh, well, 2 of the 3 cars were in the recent Final Fantasy fracas. Soundwave's going to win in reverse. Harbortown Dairy crosses the line for second on his roof. And, wow, Matteo just tried to straight take him out in Echo Base. But that fancy double-sided design working out for Harbortown again. Man, I really like those fancy fonts on their names. I'm going to have to keep doing that. Harbortown on the pole for lap 2, but here comes Soundwave. Soundwave passes before they even get into turn 2, and he is rip-roaring away. Franks and Beans holding third, Matteo way in back, and Harbortown takes a look and makes the pass at the finish line to steal the victory from Soundwave. 2 amazing passes today so far between Sarah Moy and Harbortown Dairy. Another spinny spin by an Arlo, by an Arlo driver. So after 2, Soundwave and Harbortown are tied. The other 2 drivers who are on the inside lane here are going to have to make something happen in the second half. Here comes Harbortown, and he gets a nose ahead. Can he make it stick? He does, as Franks and Beans falls back to 3rd, but Soundwave has wrecked in Echo Base. Harbortown takes the win. Mateo is 2nd. Franks and Beans is 3rd. That was a heck of a turn 2 pass. He gets that nose ahead and that big wheel just kind of shoves Frank out of the way. Oh, and Mateo's trying to take out his teammates left and right. Harbortown clinches a spot in the finals. He will move on for sure on the back of 3 very strong laps. Mateo on the pole for lap 4. And Frank is going to have to get ahead of both of them if he's going to have a chance of moving on. So far, nothing doing. Harbortown just coasting in the back. And Mateo wins the final lap. Harbortown wins the group, and Mateo and Soundwave tie. So we will go to another duck off here. This is the first to win 2 back-to-back laps. And so far, Soundwave looking much faster. I would be surprised if he doesn't just outright win 2 in a row here over Mateo. He takes the opening lap. They will rotate starting positions and go again. Mateo looking at elimination here. Here comes Soundwave. He makes the pass before turn 2. And if nothing changes, this one is over. Soundwave will move on to the finals. And Mateo's second of 2 remaining entries will be eliminated. Soundwave with the fancy slide showing off there advances with Harbortown. So we go to the final group of the day, more recycles. First up, we've got Tess from Milestone Diecast in a 95-gram Bulletproof. She is hot. Motor Toms from Arlo in a 98-gram Lethal Diesel. Kay in her other entry in a 72-gram Aston Martin V12 Speeder. And Jimmy Dorlocks from Feral Mods in a 71-gram T-Bird Stalker. That T-Bird is the lightest car in the tournament. I may have written things down wrong. We'll come back and look at that here in a few minutes. Tess takes the opening lap. Obviously, Jimmy Dorlocks is not in a T-Bird Stalker. That is a Jaguar XJ220. Kay leads the second lap, but here comes Tess. Tess leads him through Echo Base. Around the final turn, and she leads her 3 teammates to the top 3 positions. And I checked my records. I did confuse things. Jimmy Dorlocks raced in the previous group. This is Franks and Beans in his Jaguar XJ220. Anyways, we'll go with it. Just ignore that T-Bird there on the bottom. That is a Jaguar. We'll figure it out. Anyways, Franks and Beans leads lap 3, just ahead of Motor Toms. Kay slots into second there through Hoth and Echo Base. It's a tight 4-car group. That Jaguar looks good. They come down the final straight, and Franks and Beans just barely takes the checkers ahead of Kay. Another look, and that's some good tight racing. So after 3, Kay and Tess are tied atop the group with 9. Motor Toms and Franks and Beans 3 points behind. Motor Tom so far looking good. He's got that starting position ahead of Tess, who is going to push him down the track. Okay, well in the back. They round the final turn, and Motor Toms takes the final lap. Ooh, a little bouncing around there. And Tess wins the group, and we've got another tie for second between Motor Toms and Kay. So again, the first to win 2 laps back to back. Tell you what, my attention to detail today has not been good as Motor Tom spins around to look at his competitor. He's now driving in reverse with a big lead. He will take the opening lap. They rotate around, and Kay's going to have to make something happen. She is in the second lightest vehicle of competition today, and here comes Motor Tom's. He makes the pass. This could clinch his spot in the finals, eliminating Kay. Arlo's going to be sleeping in the doghouse tonight. And Motor Tom's wins the runoff. He and Tess will move on to the finals. So we'll take a look and see at who's left here. There's the 2 in the penultimate race. We got Tim, Sarah, Mateo, and Dusty moving on in the JDM group. And then Motor Tom, Soundwave, Harbor Town Dairy, and Tess in the finals for their recycles. This has been Jim D for Indiana Diecast Racing. Be sure to check in next time for more slightly above mediocre diecast racing and the finals of the JSA and recycle groups. See y'all next time.